What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Share Short Stories. Sorry about the wobble of the camera. My foot is like right there on the tripod. But yeah, I don't know. I told this story before, but it didn't get. I tried to load it, but it didn't work. So I'm telling it again because something happened to that piece of the Sims card. So yeah, I used to work for a big corporation. That corporation chain was Walmart Supercenter. Yes, I worked there for a very long time, and after a little bit over a decade of working for them, they terminated me. Yes, they terminated me. Coming anyway because, and I saw it coming because it just felt like it was about time for them to get rid of me. Not because I wasn't doing my job, because I was doing my job. That wasn't a problem. I was doing my job plus the job of other people. I knew more than everybody up in the front. Managers would come to me and ask me questions. But I got fired nonetheless. Yeah, and the reason why I got fired had nothing to do with my area. I mean, it had something to do with my area, but my ignorance to why I got fired boggled me because I didn't think it was a serious enough. It was a serious enough, serious enough. That's what I'm trying to say. Serious enough mistake for me to get fired, but apparently they did. So what happened was, and I kind of felt like this area was going to get me hemmed up, but I went there anyway because they kept pressuring me. And the reason why I ended up going there is because when I said I did not want to go over to the area, they severely cut my hours. That was years ago that they did that. I'm talking about when I was working there. That was years ago that they did that, but nonetheless they did it. And I apologize for all the wind. I'm praying that you can hear what I'm saying, because like I stated in the previous video, it's going to be a hurricane today. I'm just hoping that I'm not going to be in the midst of it because I don't know exactly when it's coming. They said it's been pretty slow. But getting back to the story. Yeah. So I was working at this corporation, Walmart. That's where I was working. I had been working there for a very long time. And I was working in the money center for a couple of years. And I really didn't want to go to the money center. I wanted to remain a cashier. I didn't want to learn customer service. I didn't want to learn none of that. Because I knew that once I knew that, they were going to be spreading me even thinner than they already had. Meaning that they were going to have me cashiering a little bit, customer servicing a little bit, doing money center. And then on top of that, they were trying to teach me other areas. But I wasn't concerned about that because I knew that the more that they taught me, it wasn't going to benefit me. Maybe in the long run, but while I was working there, it wasn't going to benefit me because it's not like I was going to get paid for everything that I learned. It was just something else that they could get me to do for the hourly wage that they were giving me. So I ended up going to this area and getting back to the reason why I'm probably going to do that a lot, but getting back to the reason why I went to this area. The first time that I said, no, I'm good, I want to remain a cashier. When I said that, the manager that was over me at the time, he knocked me down to 12 hours a week. And at the time, I was making like 32, 35, 40 hours a week. And so when I said, no, I'm good at being a cashier, he knocked me down because he knew that, well, I felt, it's not confirmed, but I felt like the reason he knocked me down is because he wanted to be like, okay, if you don't want to go and work in the area that I need you in, then I don't need you working, basically. And kind of like reverse psychology to get me to go into the area that he needed me to go into. So I ended up moving over into the area, and miraculously my hours went up. But it wasn't just that area he wanted me in. He wanted me in that area and customer service. So I was like, okay, I'm doing this, or whatever. And then fast forward to right before I got fired. Okay, so they had implemented some other way that they wanted us to send money and do bills and stuff like that. Okay, I was following the procedure of the way that they wanted us to do it. The only thing that I did not follow, and I didn't know it was important until now. I did not know it was important, was phone numbers. I didn't know how important phone numbers were. So because of that, I would just put in a phone number, make up a phone number so I can bypass it and hurry up and get them out the line. Because as anybody knows, Walmart is busy as hell, and it stays busy as hell. And then most of the time they only got 1 to 2 people in one area when they got like 50, 60 different customers in line.
Nothing. Okay, 3 cashier lines open. I'll be back, right? There you go. Number 8. And we gotta go to the line, turn the corner. You can see, because there's so many people. Same here. And here.
Because you can't get them out of there fast enough. And Walmart is not a company that does supply and demand. Maybe when it comes to products so that they can get that, that monetary gain. But as far as actually making sure that they take care of their employees, that's a different story. You're there, you work the whole time that you're there. And I'm the type of person, I'm not going to work slow. So even though I'm like, it's never going to end and it's going to be continuous, I'm still going to work fast because that's just the way that I work. So I'm like, okay, trying to find a way to make sure that these people can get out in a timely manner rather than staying in the line for like 30, 40 minutes. So I'm like finishing everybody's order and doing sends, doing receives, paying bills, and all this other stuff. Fast forward to maybe a couple of months after they implemented this, they had some people come out. And I don't know exactly where the people were from. They say MoneyGram, but I'm not sure. Well, the people, they pulled me into the office. Well, not the people, but my manager pulled me into the office, had me speak with them, and they would just ask me a couple of questions. I just thought it was a couple of routine questions. I didn't think much of it. So then they asked me about telephone numbers. And I'm like, okay, I just really found out not too long ago that telephone numbers were important. And when I found out that they were important, I started asking people every time for their telephone number. So I'm thinking that it's nothing big. And then fast forward some more, maybe like 2 months later, they put me into the office and say, we have to terminate you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
At this time, I didn't have any backup. I was in the process of moving, or actually I had just moved. And before I moved, I kept saying, I know I'm going to get fired. I just know it. I know it. I feel it. It's coming. I know that I'm going to get fired. I don't know how I knew this, but I knew that I was going to get fired. Like, me and my boyfriend, we moved in August. We moved in August. We were thinking about moving all the way since, May? But we didn't really start looking for places until, like, July. Yeah, like early July. We started looking for places. And the whole time I kept saying, something don't feel right. Something does not feel right. I'm telling you, something's going to happen. And then, okay, a couple months later, this was in like July, I think. Then in August, we moved out. Then I had my vacation in January. And then when I came back from my vacation, February 20th, the day I came back from my vacation, they pulled me to the back and they said, we have to terminate you. I need your badge, I need your jacket, and whatever else they asked for. And then I was like, wow. I gave so many years of my life to this store. It's been so many things that I haven't been able to do um because I work for this store and it's a 24-hour store. So, you give up certain things because you're trying to make your money. But you don't realize you get so caught up in work, going on to another subject, but you get so caught up into work that you don't realize all the things that you could have been doing when you weren't working. Like now, what I've learned from this situation is, even though it wasn't the best, it was a job. And I loathed going to work. I really did. I loathed. And even though it wasn't the best situation or the best job, it paid. And now I have a job. It's a rewarding job in itself, but it just isn't rewarding in the paycheck area. I need to get some more money. But yeah, I work with children now. And I worked with children before, but I'm working with pre-cares. They so cute. But they're so active. But yeah. But the thing that I've learned from working so many years, not having fun, not enjoying myself, and just going off and doing what other people tell me, like as far as the aspect of always doing what somebody else says to do. Like when you work for a company, you have to do what they say do. You can't go when you want to go. You go when they tell you to go. You come in when they tell you to come in. You go to the bathroom when they let you go. It's like too much control for me. And because I've gotten older and because I had the time to reflect on what I want for my life, I realized that is not what I want. I don't want to listen to somebody for the rest of my life. I don't want to be employed by anyone else. I want to be employed by my damn self. I don't need nobody else to be telling me, oh, you need to do this, or you need to sleep at this time, or wake up at this time, because that's what the job basically tells you. Because if you don't go to sleep before you go to work, you're gonna be tired. So apparently you're gonna have to go to bed, especially when you get older. Them years of not sleeping start catching up to you. But yeah, I just say learn early so that you won't have to learn late, and that you can propel your life in the areas that you want to propel them in. Because money make the world go around. If you ain't got it, sorry for you, but that's the way that this world go. If you ain't got the money to make stuff happen, ain't nothing gonna happen for you. Like I always say, one more thing, and I'm gonna keep plugging my book. I have a book. It's called Loyalty. It's available on Amazon.com. I also have a website. It is called Shad Short Stories. On the website, I have different blog posts, different short stories. I have one called Hypnotically Beautiful. A young girl who has beauty beyond measure. She's so beautiful and people can't understand where her beauty came from because she looks nothing like her mother or her father. She looks more European than she does black, and both of her parents are black. And then I have passion more than a feeling. And that one is more sexual and seductive. And the main character in that story is a powerful older woman. And the reason why she's powerful is because she owns her own business and she is confident in her sexuality and takes no prisoners. And loyalty. Loyalty, 4 parts are on my blog, but if you want to read the first 2 chapters, I believe the first 2 chapters are free on Amazon Amazon Unlimited? I think that's what it's called. And the book itself is $12.99 for the paperback and $7.99 for the Kindle version. But that one is LGBT, kind of LGBT / heterosexual, and it's mainly about 2 husbands. They're married to each other. The main character, which is Jacoby, he was married to a woman at first, had 2 children from that woman, but fell in love with a man. So I guess you could say he was pansexual. And he fell in love with this man. He got married to this man. And after he got married to him, the man, which is Stacy helped build him up and give him what he always wanted, which was a record company. And now Jacoby's infidelity is threatening to end his relationship. So, the 3 places you can find my work, well, you can find it everywhere because I'm pretty much all over the internet. But the 3 main places are my blog, which is Shad Short Stories. The second place is Amazon.com under loyalty, or either you can put in Shadrika and it'll come up that way. Or you can find me on Wattpad. I forgot, I do have a Wattpad, and I have 4 stories on there that I'm currently writing. So yeah, check me out there. Also, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you click that bell notification so that the next time I upload, you'll be notified. Alright. Hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, peace.